Yep. Good evening, everyone. So yesterday we learned some queries related to MySQL, and in querying, yesterday we learned about how do we use group by. For group by, our data needs to be reasonable in querying. So how to group, for example, we will later create another relationship also while working with the project. But initially, how we can use the group by is, suppose what we want to do here, suppose we are using a select query, and in the select query, we are extracting only specific details. That means we are using some expression. This select expression will return some details. Those details contains different content and you want to group them, then you can use group by. So actually, so here we have group by is used to group similar type of content after evaluating specific expression. After evaluating specific expression, or you can say function. Group by is used to group similar type of content after evaluating specific expression or function. So functions, today we will see what are the functions and expressions, how to use them. We will learn about them. So we have to implement any expression or function. Based on that, we need to group the details. For example, here I want to find out how many products are present actually. Here we need to find out certain data, and data is nothing but what we want to do is display the products where all products we will run here. These are all the products we are having. And what we want is, we want to find out how many products are having a rating 4 and how many products are having above 3. Suppose how many products are having rating above 3. Then what is the condition? We want to find out the products which are having rating above 3. Then what is the condition? We have to use what? Where rating greater than how much? 3. Then what it is going to do? It is going to find and display the products which are above 3. That means here we have this rating. But I want to know how many are above rating 3. That means we want to know how many are above rating 3. Then so here we will use one simple condition expression. We will use select. Today we will learn these functions. We will learn what are the functions. We are seeing count star. So we have count star. So from TBL products and where rating is 3. That means what it is going to do, it is going to get the count. How many are above 3? How many are above 3? There are 3 products whose rating is above 3. I want to group them and display. Group them. Now what you can do, we can use here, what is it? Group by. Group by which field? Category. Group by category. What it is going to do? It is going to group by category. Now the count is correct. What is group by category? What is 2? What is 1? It is returning 2 electronics and 1 is footwear. In previously it was combining all of them and it is saying that total how many are there? 3. But now it is saying that 2 belongs to one group and 1 belongs to another. So it is grouped by what? Category. Suppose here we are using select category and count star from the details. Then you will see electronics 2, footwear 1. That means 2 electronics are there and 1 footwear is there. It is going to group them. If I don't use group by category, then it will total count how many. How many are rating above 5 or above 3? It will show the total count. But now it separates the count. How it separates the count? Based on category. Electronic category is how many? 3. So, and footwear category, how many? You have 1. It will separate and it will group. So these kind of interactions we perform by using group. You need some functions here. Those functions we will see today. Some functions, how to use them, how do we work with them, functions we will see that. So when you are evaluating any result using an expression or using any function, the result is combining all the details and showing you, and you want to cleanly separate them. You can do that by using what? Group by. That means instead of showing result all as one, we will display the result that is matching the condition. So here we have to use that. So what it is going to do syntactically here. So we have a select expression. We can use fields from table name. So where expression here again, and group by field name. Group by field name. So here, if I don't use group by, it is going to return what we are going to return 3 na. So it is going to return the condition in this way. It says count is 3. That means how many are above 3. It is going to return that. This is one option. What is the result? So the result is returns 3 as per our condition, right? Returns 3 records, 3 count actually, according to our data we are having. Now same we will use group by category. Group by category. Now what this is going to do is it returns Group by category means it is going to return 2 and 1. What is 2? 2 belongs to one category and 1 belongs to another category. So if you define in this way, like category count star group by category name, then it will return the category also. The result will be electronics, how many 2, footwear, how many 1, it is going to display. So you need some expressions and functions to use. Those functions we will discuss how to handle them. What are various functions important, how to use them. Right. So here, that is the group how we can manage. So how to group the elements and display them. Next, we have another concept. What is that? We can select elements based on the null values also. We are selecting elements using this expression. We can select elements based on null. So you can select records using null or not null. You can select records using null or not null. Select records using null or not null. There is nothing yesterday query. Today query is the query. Yesterday queries, yesterday we discussed already. So today's query is group by. And yesterday's queries, yesterday finished. Okay. Yesterday what queries you learned? So many queries we learned. We finished them all yesterday. So yesterday what queries you learned? So how to limit and how to order by ascending, descending, all finished yesterday. Today we are learning about what? Group by. How to handle group by. Okay. And already this is the explanation about group by. So how do we group? Group based on any specific expression. We can add multiple expressions with multiple data also. Multiple data means data coming from different tables. Data coming from different tables means we have to learn about views. In the next level, you will learn about views, how to access data and store in the views. Currently, we are learning about tables. Next, based on null also you can filter. Suppose in the products we are having some data. What is the data we are having in products? Suppose some rating, some products rating is not defined. So some products rating is not defined. So some products rating is empty. Electronics and this. Some products rating is empty. So I think they are set as not null. Okay. So here what is rating? We cannot keep 0. So actually it is empty. Nullable we haven't given. We need to give nullable, right? 3. Okay. So how do we make anything nullable? Suppose some ratings, when we create ratings, what is the query about rating? Rating is integer and we will add one more here. Okay. Number 6, I am adding some jeans and some price, and we have quantity, and this is fashion. Okay, and it is null. We are not applying any value into this. Okay, and I will apply this. This is inserted and rating is null. It is not mentioned for some product. Now I want to select the products where rating is null, where rating is null. Then what it is going to do, it is going to return the product whose rating is null. If rating is not defined, then I want to get them and display. So similarly, we can use what is not null. Not null means it is not null. So it will display all the products whose rating is defined. If rating is defined, then it will take. So previously why it is unable to insert, because actually if I do any modification, it is an empty string. And in a number type, you cannot add a string. So here what I am giving, suppose I am giving null and I am applying, it's not there. Why? Because null means a value is not supplied. This is not null. This is what? String. So that is the reason I added a null, and based on that we can filter. So if you want to find the values which are null, then we have to define by using simple is condition. So syntactically we have to use select from table where field name is null. So example is like select from table TBL products where rating is null or is not null. So that is how we have to handle. Right. Next, after understanding another one, while reading the records, we can use we can avoid similar type of records. That means duplicates. We can avoid duplicates. So you can avoid selecting duplicate values by using distinct. By using distinct. By using distinct, you can avoid selecting duplicate values. Selecting duplicate values. This duplicate values here, what is the point about duplicate values is, suppose, what is duplicate? Suppose TV is at category electronics, rating is 4. Watch is also electronics, rating is 4. Are these duplicates? Quantity also 2. They are quantity also 2. Are they duplicates? Duplicate means, so what is duplicate? Duplicate means all are same. All are same. For example, suppose here we are having another one, 7, and the TV 45,033, and we have 2. So we have electronics, and we have 4. Everything is same like the first one. And is it able to insert it? Yes. Why? Because the primary key is different now. The primary key field is different. So now we have an option, select distinct from the table. What is the select distinct from table? That means distinct from the table name. What is the purpose of this distinct is to avoid the duplicates. Duplicate means what here? The important point is, so MySQL identifies the values, the records as duplicates only when all values are similar. Only when all values are similar, it will do that. It is going to display only when all values are similar. All values are similar. Yep. So we have one requirement of JavaScript people for a company in Hyderabad location. You all people are following my Instagram, na? Right? So I will post one requirement. So it is a Hyderabad company. Company details I will post, and it is offline. So it is offline, and they are asking for JavaScript. Only JavaScript people they want. Only JavaScript. 23, 24, 25. These passed outs, any qualification, any percentage of marks are okay. They are expecting 2 years bond. So I will post details. You will check. You check with that, right? So it's a good company. They are having a 3 lakh package for JavaScript developer. So it is 3 lakh means good, right? Only JavaScript they are expecting. I will post into my Instagram, check. You are following, na? Right? Yeah. So already there I post all the previous some opportunities also. This I will post. This is related to only JavaScript. Okay, right. So now what is the syntax here? Select distinct from table name. So what is the point about distinct? Here also important queries we need to do is when you are using these queries from and others, here some more options we need to learn. Means how do we create distinct records also, we will see that. Just syntax you see here. Later we will learn detailedly. Select distinct because we haven't created all unique records. Unique means I will show you how to create the similar type and unique records. Distinct, select distinct from what is it? Table name. These all we can implement not just with only one table. We need some combination of data. As I told you yesterday, group by, order by, relationships, all these requires some relationship between the tables. We will create some views now. We will learn all these operations on them, how to handle that. Because on one table, it is not possible to handle all. It is not possible to handle all. We have to design such tables. Okay. So this distinct is nothing but what it is going to do. It is going to return only the records which are unique. So duplicate records it will eliminate. How to create, we will see that. For that we need some more functions and views to understand, right? Now you can select based on where condition. You can select based on order by and group by for sorting and grouping the records. And now you need to understand, you can select based on null and not null. And another option is you need to know about how do we use the various functions of these functions while working with group by, how to use different functions here. So let's see how to work with. So you can select records and return the result by using various formats and value evaluations. You can select records and return the result by using various formats and value evaluations. So it requires various types of MySQL functions. It requires various types of MySQL functions. Various types of MySQL functions. Actually, MySQL provides built-in functions. It provides built-in functions to handle string, number, date, etc. It provides built-in functions to handle string, number, date, etc. Now, what are these functions and how to handle them? right? How we can handle these functions. Let's see. There are so many functions, but important, some regularly used functions we will see. They are just like in your JavaScript, you learned some string functions. You learned some number and date functions similar to them, but not exactly the same, right? Similar means you learned in JavaScript string handling. What are string functions you learned? String formatting methods, string manipulation methods you learned. Number related you learned already. Math library, na? In JavaScript you have a math library for handling numbers. Date functions you already learned. Get hours, get minutes, get seconds. These all in JavaScript you learn them actually. Similar to that, to handle string, to handle number, to handle date type of values, MySQL also has some built-in functions. These are very much required for creating different types of views. Remember, not for table. They are used for creating the views. Views in the next session we will discuss. Currently we are discussing about only tables first. So when you learn views, you can create views with relation, groups and order. So based on multiple table data. So MySQL provides several built-in functions related to different categories. Let's see few important. Similar to your string handling in JavaScript, if you remembered, in your JavaScript you have string handling functions. Can you name some? You learned char at, am I right? You learned at char, code at, you have what? Index of, last index of, you learned about substring, am I right? Substring, substr and slice. So formatting functions like to uppercase, to uppercase, to lowercase. So to lowercase, you learned about the options like trim, right? Trim, start, trim, and you learned about starts with, ends with, ends with. So many string handling functions are there. Similarly, MySQL also have. Now, why you having so many string handling functions? Not to modify the data. These all functions are used for creating temporary views by accessing your data and showing the data to the users. Actually, these are not going to modify your string. They are keeping your string as it is, your numbers as it is, your dates as it is, but at a certain requirement, they will read them and change in a format you want to, and it will display in that format. Suppose you are displaying price. In the table, price is in a currency form. No, it is in a general number form. But when I show to the user, it should be in a currency form. Then you need to format. So these kind of things, that means you cannot store a currency form directly inside the data, but you can show it like a currency. You entered a manufactured date. In manufactured date, it will be year, month, day. I want to know on which weekday it is manufactured. Is it Sunday? Is it Monday? That is not stored in the database, but I want to show. You can show. By using date functions, we can access and use. It will not modify your values. So it is just going to extract and show the values in the format. And whatever the values it is showing in that format, they are as of now temporary. Tomorrow I want to see in the same format again. Then is it possible to do that? Yes, if we can create them and generate them as what? Views. So as of now, these are temporary, but we can create views. We will see how to do. Initially, what is What are the different built-in functions available? Let's see how to use. So MySQL, how to use MySQL string functions. What are basic string functions and how to use these string functions? So actually, when you are dealing with the functions, you see the string functions. Generally, the string functions we have so many, because while writing itself, it will show you the string functions. You see, these are all the MySQL functions. They are all MySQL functions. So many are there. Different categories of MySQL functions are present. So these are all MySQL functions. Some are related to number, some are related to string, and some are related to date. You can see these are all different types of functions. You see, these are all different types of functions. So all are not required. Some important are required. Let's check what they are. This means in various occasions, regularly used ones we need. So in the string handling functions, one important function we have an ASCII. ASCII function is present. It is just like in your JavaScript, you have char code at. What is that char code at? It returns the ASCII code of the character present at specific index. ASCII codes will start with 65 to 90, right? 65 to 90 uppercase, 97 to 122 lowercase. So actually it returns ASCII of first character. It will not ask the character. It will ask actually only the string. That means, for example, you see here, suppose I am using select ASCII. Select ASCII, and here we are giving A. Select ASCII. That means what it is going to do is ASCII A means it is going to return 65. That means it returns the ASCII value of that particular character. And if it is a lowercase a, it returns 97. That means we have the ability to write conditions also in MySQL. In functions, I will tell you. That means what we do, we want to find out all the customer names whose name starts with a capital letter. And if any name is not starting with capital letter, ignore them. I want to find out only the customers whose name starts with an uppercase letter, any uppercase letter. Then how do you check? We will check with a condition. What is that? ASCII of first character is greater than 65 and less than 90. That means it is uppercase. Otherwise it is not. Can you write such conditions in MySQL? Yes, we can write. For that we have certain functions. You can write simple if and else condition also in MySQL. We will learn how to do that. In such cases, these are very important to handle. That means how do you know ASCII code of first character? You can do that by using this technique. You can do. So usually how we can get the ASCII of the character. ASCII is nothing but, so it returns the ASCII code of specified character. If it is used for a field, then it returns the ASCII code of first character in string. So in field name, first character in string. Syntactically, we have like select ASCII. Just I use A, then it returns 65. So 97. Like this, it is going to return. Right. If you want for any specific field, then you have to manually define that, right? So you can write like this. This is showing ASCII of this. We can implement in different examples. We can implement in different examples. Later we will see how do we put in views. Temporarily, you can write like this. What you can do, select name. So, and after that, what it is, ASCII of which field? Name, ASCII of name. As suppose you say product name. So from TBL what? Products. What this is going to do? That means it is going to get the first character ASCII code of every product. Every product related, what it is going to do? It is going to, actually this is product, not product name. Product name, and this is first character code. That is first character code. Just to make you understand, I am saying this is the name, and the product name first character code is 84. So it is what? T, uppercase. How you write conditions in the next concept you will learn. Because for conditions, we need some conditional functions to learn. When we learn conditional functions, we will see what we can do. We can put we will not put numbers like this. We will put a message here saying that name doesn't start with uppercase, or we will say that name starts with uppercase. We can put conditional based messages like if else clause. We can write if else like statement here also. So as of now, what is the purpose of this ASCII? Is to return the character code. If you give a character, it returns its code. If you give a field name, it will return the first character. How you return any specific character? For that, first you need to learn how to extract specific character. If you can learn extracting specific character, then you can use specific character, right? That requires a combination of string functions to handle. So one important is ASCII. It returns the code. Now, any specific field, then you can return the example like this. So what it is going to do? It is going to select name and ASCII of name as product name first character code from products. Right. Next, we have so many are there. I'm not going with all. Some important functions which we regularly require or use in different occasions. Another is no. Suppose how many characters are there in a string. Then what you do? So we are having a char length. We are having char length. Character length of which field? Name. So here I will give alias as total count of characters. So total count of characters, how many? It is going to return the count of characters in that. We can get the total count of characters. These type of queries are important because later, suppose I want all the product names whose name is above 4 characters or below 4 characters, then how you will find? For that you need char length. Char length is used to find the character length. Individually you can use this. So we have another one, char length. So it returns the total count of characters in a string. Syntactically you have select char length and you use some string. Welcome. So how many? 7. It returns total count of characters, how many? 7. Including the spaces also it will do. And example is this one. That means we are finding the characters and displaying the characters. We also have substring. So we also have a sub-str, substring like options, which is used to extract specified number of characters. So another important, we have substring. What is it in your JavaScript? In JavaScript, you learned slice, sub-str, substring. What is difference between 3? Slice reads the characters between specified index, start index and end. Sub-str reads specified number of characters from that particular index. Specified number of characters from that index. Substring, it is bidirectional in reading. It reads towards left and right because slice and sub-str reads only right. So already you learned them. Similar term is same concept, but here it is substring is nothing but it reads the specified number of characters from that particular index. From particular index, you want to read specified number of characters, then you can get by using substring. So it returns specified number of characters from given index. Specified number of characters from given index. From given index. So how do we use them? Actually, substring is like we have a select, we have substring, substr, substring, both are there. Actually, substring is nothing but it is expecting a string directly if you are using. String is welcome to MySQL, and starting from 7, how many to read? Suppose end is not compulsory. If end is not defined, it will read up to end. That means what it is going to read? It is going to read MySQL, including 7 also. Then I will use starting from where? 8. Then it is going to read to MySQL. That means you want, so 8 to, suppose from 8 I want only 2 characters. Then what it is going to do, from 8 it is going to read 2. But after 8 actually there is a space. It will read the space. So then after 9 I am giving to a, because there is some blank space also, then it is going to return that 2 and it is going to display. If you don't give end, then it will read up to end. If you give end, that means end is, this is nothing but how many characters to read, right? So syntactically how you write? We have select, we have substring, just roughly I will give here substring, and your string, start index, and this is one option. What it is going to read? Reads up to end. You have another one is select, substring, and a string, and we have start index and count of characters. That means how many characters from that position. Select, substring. So welcome to MySQL. So from 9 to, like this we can define. Or you can use from 9. From 9 to 2 means it is going to return 2. This is to MySQL. It is going to return to MySQL. Going to return that. So those you can do by using this. So here sub-str is also there, but sub-str and substring both are same. Sub-str, they are not different. Actually in your JavaScript, you have two different functions which have two different functionalities. But here, many times you will find two different functions for same, but one is a shorthand technique. Shorthand technique means what? Instead of writing lengthy, you can write in a shortcut. It is an alias name. Original name is different and original name is lengthy. Then what they do, they give an aliasing also for that. That means a short name they give. So that is the reason you also have a sub-str. It returns same. It returns specified number of characters from given index. Then what is difference is nothing but actually it is alias function for substring. It is alias function for substring. Syntax, everything is same for this. For fields, we can use them. For fields, how do we do? Just pass the field name into that. So passing the field name is how we can pass the field name. Example. Suppose what we are doing. So we are using select name. So and sub-str substring. So name starting from where 0 and how many sum 4. Then from TBL what products. So this is actually as product name sliced something I'm giving like this. Then what it is going to do, product name sliced, then it has to get which index we are giving, some 4 to 8. Sliced is coming fine. Huh? Both we are returning na 0 to 4. That means it is going to return 0 to 4. 4 is not there. Huh? Some 1 to 4 index given here. Yeah, it is going to read that and it is going to display here. That means it is going to read from that particular position. Actually, here don't do the mistake of 0. Here this is nothing but the start position is 1. So it is not index number. Because in general string we use index number. Here we have to define the position number. The position number starts from where? The position starts from 1. Usually the position number you define as index. Here don't use index number. Don't refer as index number. You always refer as start number. Position is 1. Everywhere you use the position only. Position, from which position you want to read. So here also the start index, end index, everything is a position number. You have to define the position number, right? So don't use the index number 0. Index, it is not index number directly. It refers as index number, but actually it is what? Position. Position starts with what? 1, right? And this is an example for that. That means it is going to read 1 to 4 characters from a string, substring or sub-str. You can use any. Next, we are having, actually we know this, trim. What is this trim? So it removes leading spaces from a string. Actually, you know this. Huh? Syntactically, we have select. So what is it? Trim. And you have suppose some welcome and some spaces are there. Leading spaces means you know spaces before or spaces after. It is going to return welcome. So welcome. It will not remove the spaces between. It will remove the spaces at the end or at the beginning. Leading spaces you already know. It is used to remove the leading spaces and trim. Next, another we have a concat. Already you know this. Huh? These are all functions only. All you better write like function. Huh? Function means parenthesis. All are function. Parenthesis you give. Huh? So what is concat? It concat uh, multiple strings. So multiple strings, concat multiple strings into a single string. It concats multiple strings into a single string. Multiple strings into a single string. We already know. So generally what we do, select. So we have this is select concat. This is first and what last. This is nothing but it will combine the first and last. So it is going to combine first, last. Like this it is going to combine. How you use for fields? In our table we don't have such field, but how do you use for field? Select what? First name and what? Last name. After that what? Concat. We have to use concat. Concat is a function. Na? Concat function has to use. Concat function have to use first name, comma, last name as full name. As full name from TBL, employee or something. Student, employee, something. Some table you create like that and you have a first name and last name. It will concat the names and it will display. So these are the important. We have lowercase, uppercase conversions also formatting. Actually, you have another one. So this you can try with your own table. Create one table. In the table, put first name and last name. And you can concat and you can display. Actually, general select means what? We just use a select. And we have what? Concat. And concat uses first name. So some Raj, some last name is some Kumar, something like this. And it is going to combine these two and display. It concats and display that. That is actually concat. If there are two fields, it can get those two fields and it can concat the values. We have another option, So we are having an upper is used to convert to uppercase. That means suppose I given my SQL, and what it is going to do, it is going to convert into uppercase. Lower means lowercase. Any field you want to do, then you say select name. So, and what you have to do, upper what name. So as some product name. So from TBL products. So it is going to display all the names in uppercase letters. It is going to show this. Actual names are these, it will convert into uppercase. Uppercase, lowercase, you can just use two options. One is upper. So it is going to return. It returns a string in uppercase letters. Uppercase letters. We have lower. So it returns string in lowercase letters. In lowercase letters. Just an example here. Lower. Upper and lower case functions are there. We need some data to display in formats. That means number formats, string formats. You have a function called format. Another is format. It can format in, it can apply a format for numeric values. Actually, what it does is it converts into a string and applies format on value. So it can also use certain type of formats on the values. So you can use a format. So select format. We can apply format for a number. You can use number and decimal places. Format, number and decimal places. It can even convert them into string. Actually, converting into string is required just for presentation. This is not going to permanently change actually, because sometimes the values are not presented in the same format. Then we need to do that. For example, here, suppose we are using a lengthy number, right? Select. So format, and the format have a number. So 56,000 some number and 2 I am writing. What does it means? So it is going to display in a number format with 1,000 separator. That means it uses 1,000 separator. And it will put up to what? 2 fractions. Actually, you have number functions. In number functions, you will learn round the value, find display to the nearest top value, seal, floor. You learned JavaScript number math functions. Seal, floor, sign, cos. Like that, we have number functions also here. Like power, like average, like min, like max. So many functions are there. This is not displaying to the nearest. It is actually slicing to the decimal places, right? Suppose if I give here 0, if I give 0, then what does it means? It will just display this. Those fractions will not be displayed. Suppose when you are displaying, so select name, price from TBL, TBL what? Products. And here actually, what is it? The price have a format. Format for which field? Format for which field? Price. What does it means? It gets the price and display in this format. In this format. Up to how many decimal places you want? Some 2 decimal places we want. Actually, if I give 4 decimal places, that means it is not having 4, but it will get up to 4. How many decimal places you can define? That means I want up to 2 decimal places. Then it is going to get that and display there. So it is not going to change your original number. Original number is same, just while reading it will show in this way. Sometimes, not sometimes, always when we show this number in our front end, how we show this with a currency symbol, decimal places, 1,000 separators. But like that you cannot store in database. In database you need to store in a number, pure number. You cannot use a comma, right? You cannot use currency symbols. Here we cannot add currency symbol, but for that we have regional formats to apply. According to regional format, it will use. That means here, same type of thing you learnt in JavaScript also, right? JavaScript, how converts the numbers? In JavaScript, how we convert the number into a currency format? We have to use to local string. To local string is used. By using to local string, you convert that number into a string with 1,000 separator. You can put a regional format now. You can apply a style as what? Currency, and you can apply a currency symbol, currency like what? INR, like this. So here it is just displaying with a certain format. We are applying some format and we are displaying the format. So this is a format. Just an example I will give here. That means how the format works for this. The format for the value. So these are some important string handling related functions of MySQL. These are string manipulation, string formatting related options. And as we already know, these are all just temporary results for displaying. If they are temporary results, what is the use of this? So we can create views for them. so that those views will keep this result as it is. So that if you want to use this result anywhere, you can use it. In your applications, you can use that. So the result returned by a query is not permanent. The result returned by a query is just temporary. It just shows you the result. But we can permanently store this under some reference so that we can use it later, and in the same format you can handle it. So for that reason you need these. Next important, you have MySQL have number functions. We have MySQL number function. MySQL number functions. So what are the basic number functions we have? So many are there. Actually, what you can do, just now we saw previously, we used what? Select. What is it? Count. So what this count is going to do? Suppose I give it 40, like this I define. So that means what it is going to do, it is going to return any count. What count is going to do? Characters, huh? What count is going to do? Just count 10. So it says 1. So this count is going to display. Suppose I given 45, it is not showing anything. So if it is having 1, then it is showing that count is 1. That means how many elements are there? It is showing that. But how you define a elements? A set of elements. Here, obviously, here we don't have an array. Huh? Here we don't have an array. Generally, this is used to identify how many are matching your condition. Use it to identify how many are matching your condition. So just now you saw that. What is it? Count asterisk. Asterisk is nothing but count all. Count all from some table. TBL what? Products. Count all from products where category. So where category is equal to what? Electronics. What does this means? It is nothing but it will count how many electronics are there. How many electronics are there? That means depending on condition, how many are matching with the condition, you'll get that count display. If you pass a number into that, it will just return how many numbers are there. It is not counting the collection. Collection requires a condition to define. That means how many are matching your condition, collect them and get the display of the count for them. How many are there, it will get the count. Suppose I given, so here what it is, where rating is equal to 5 or rating is equal to 4. That means it will return 3. Right? It is going to return 3. So usually it will return, so total number of items, how many are there that are matching the condition. For that we have to use one option. What is it? Count. Actually it returns the count of records. The count of records that matches the given condition. It returns the count of records that matches given condition. So it uses asterisk to return all count all records count some to return all records count. So just example is this one. Rating is greater than 4, or you say where category is electronics. You can use conditions also. Conditions means you know the conditions where category is equal to electronics and rating is greater than 4. We can have multiple. Then what it is going to do? It will return how many are electronics whose rating is above 4. It's going to do that. So how many are the products matching with that particular rating? We have several other functions. They are simple, actually average, so total, sum, power. So we have even mathematical functions like cos, sine, trigonometrical. So it has so many functions we can use in different. Suppose we are writing like, so we have like select. So average, that means average of some values. Some values we write. That means what is the meaning of this? It is finding the average of them and it will display. But average requires not directly the values. Here we need to mention which field have those values. That means you are saying rating. Average rating how much? That means it requires a total count also now. That means how many are there and from how many what records are there you have to mention. That means you have 4 records. In 4 records, what is the average rating? You want to count that. That means you have to use the functions like average. You have to use the functions like what? Min. Min is nothing, you can't directly use everything here. Suppose I given 10, 20, 30, it is not going to display them. Here we need to apply them on the fields. We have to apply them on the fields. Previously, the string related we hard coded some direct values to display the result. Here we need to access from the fields. That means suppose what we do, select rating. So, and what we have to do, minimum rating. I am giving the field as rating from what? TBL products. This is not complete, just I am showing that. What does it means? This is not complete, we are just showing. We will use one logic expression for that. So that means what you are doing, we are finding the rating, and in the rating, what is the least rating? What is the maximum rating? What is the average rating? We can find that. For that, they provide different functions. What are those functions? We have like average. We have like min. Just I will give AVG. Average. We have like min. So we have like max. So there are so many functions. These all functions we will see with examples in the next session. In the next session, we will learn about string functions, math, which are number functions, date functions, how to handle the date, and we will see how to write some conditions, how you use different types of conditions and use the queries. That we'll see in next session. tomorrow we will see examples on this, how to do that. For that, you need data also related, then we can implement. So we will use that on our products data, or we will create one more table on that we will apply this. Okay. Then tomorrow we will discuss about the other functions of MySQL. Okay. Then classroom code I given, no. So I will create the classroom code, and our online admin will share the classroom code for online people. For offline people, we will put a QR code in the notice. You scan the QR code and you can join. Right? Tomorrow you can get it. Okay? Right. Till that moment, these notes we will upload in the same previous drive. Okay? Right. Yes, Vaishnavi, what is your doubt? Yes, Vaishnavi, what is your doubt? You are not audible. Vaishnavi, you have any doubt? Yes.
Hello.
Yes, can you speak little loud?
Yes, sir. Hello.
You are not clear, Vaishnavi.
Okay, I will type in a chat then.
Yeah, tell me what is the issue? Yesterday's
Hello.
query, as I told you, we have to apply on various views in order to group by different categories. So group by class, we have to apply based on a view. Yesterday itself, I explained that point because we haven't created a view that we will see how to do that by using views.
Yeah, okay.
Yesterday I told you that we need a view for handling such query. When we create a view, we will do that. Okay.